Hello my friends, greetings from Berlin. My name is Andrea and I would like to talk to you about the month of September. And before diving into the main astro influences, I would like to talk about the retrograde motion of planets, because we have the outer planets all retrograde starting September 4th, 2023. And what does it mean? So, just to recap, we do have Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and now also Jupiter retrograde. And this will persist for the whole month of September and even beyond that, but we focus on this month. We will have a revision of some of the decisions that have been made in the last month, and a revision of the long-term trends in a way, because retrogression means reconsideration of previous decisions and actions that have been performed in the last month. What will happen is that we can expect changes, revisions, and redoing things, even correcting past mistakes, for example, in many areas, since so many planets are retrograde. Pluto is about law, government, it's about power and decisions of people in positions of power. It's also the planet responsible for the longest term influence on cryptocurrencies and on the stock market in general. Neptune is about confusion, it's about illusion and delusion. So here some things that were blurry in the past can be clarified now. Uranus is the planet responsible for extraordinary growth, and when it's retrograde it will be more powerful, since it's closer to the Earth. So all matters that are concerning Uranus, like sudden developments, will be enhanced as well, but in a way changed from the happenings that took place in the last month. Saturn is about restriction, and some restrictions could be there because now with Saturn being retrograde, it's closer to the Earth. So this means that it's a more tighter regulatory environment, for example, for cryptocurrency. This is something that could manifest, and a reconsideration of all these restrictions in the upcoming months. Then Jupiter is about growth and luck in general, and when it's retrograde, let's say it's not the best, at least for most of cryptocurrencies and financial assets in general, but there are nevertheless some of them which will benefit, mainly the ones that have natal planets between 5 and 15 degrees of Taurus, so roughly 10 degrees. What we saw increasing in the last month, we might see increase as well, although a reset of the trend will take place at first, but then after the beginning of the next year we might see the same growth that we saw before. This retrogression is important to consider because it will be in the background for the whole month of September. Considering the short-term aspects now for September, we would like to raise attention to a very special day, which is September 4th, where we can expect a bump in the market in general for cryptocurrencies, but for stocks as well, due to the fact that astrologically we do have a very nice, beautiful trine between Mercury and Jupiter, and we do have also Moon conjunct Jupiter on the same day. Both are positive aspects which will enable growth in general in the markets. And we can consider also the fact that the 4th of September is a turning point because we do have on this day Jupiter very strong, basically turning retrograde, and Venus will turn direct. So it's like a change of roles in direction for Venus and Jupiter, and the fact that Venus is direct will be very positive for currency and cryptocurrency in general. The beginning of the month is positive in terms of short-term aspects. We do have a conjunction between Sun and Mercury on September 6th, and on September 8th we do have a nice beautiful trine, and this will also repeat later in the month. And this means that although things slow down due to the fact that Uranus just turned retrograde in the last part of August, and we do have the Jupiterian energy also on breaks, so to speak. We do have these positive short-term aspects which can lead to beautiful increases in this part of the month until the 15th, when we do have the new moon, and we have also the turning point of Mercury going direct finally, which is very good for the market in general. It will add more dynamics in the price development. Just continuing on the short-term influences, we can summarize the fact that we do have a period of change between September 4th and September 15th with the planets changing direction, Jupiter, Venus, and then Mercury. Now, what can we consider further? It's important to consider the fact that in the last part of September we will do have on the 29th the full moon in Aries, which is important because this will set the stage for the eclipses in October, since we know that now in the tropical zodiac we will have eclipses on the axis Aries Libra. So therefore we can say that the last part of the month will be very dynamic, and it will be sort of the silence before the storm in the last week, but the storm nevertheless I think will be triggered at the end of the month. And what I would like to say about this: we do have on September 24th an opposition between Mars and Chiron. Chiron is retrograde, but Mars is direct. So it will be quite an interesting development, and it will be negative. And also from this time we will feel the Uranus-Venus square again, because this happens more often, but nevertheless it's volatility on Venus, which is cryptocurrency and currency in general. So we can see here pumps and dumps, but this is a negative aspect, so it's more about the dumps. Nevertheless, we do have trines between Mercury and Jupiter and Mercury and Uranus, repeating on September 25th, because we had Mercury retrograde, yes, in the first part of the month on September 4th, and now the aspect repeats, so we might expect also another pump here. And on the 30th of September we do have Mercury-Uranus trine, which is again a positive aspect meant to recover from the losses that we registered from the 24th of September onwards, especially until around the 29th. So be prepared for higher volatility at the end of the month. It will be a good opportunity to buy some coins, because I think the eclipses will also enhance the energy, and some of the coins will be for sure favored. As always, I do offer the weekly forecast, so stay tuned for that, and for more details, 1 month in advance, check my. Thank you so much for your attention, for liking and subscribing, and until next time, be joyful.